We're going to wrap up Chapter 5 talking about the classification of interest rates. The nominal rate is also called the quoted or the stated rate. That's what we'll see in a problem. That's what will be stated in contracts. The nominal rate doesn't take into consideration compounding. The periodic rate is what we talked about in our last lecture, the rate per period, where we take that nominal or stated rate and divide by the number of times it is compounded in a year. We're going to introduce another rate. It's called the effective or the equivalent annual rate. It is this rate that considers the effect of compounding. And there is a specific formula for calculating that effective rate. So here it is in bold. So if we have a 4% investment where the interest is compounded semi-annually, we're really earning a little bit more than 4%. That stated rate or nominal rate of 4% doesn't take into consideration the compounding. After you do take that into consideration, you've calculated the effective rate. So once we plug in this information into our formula, 4%, the effective rate of 4% semi-annual compounding is 4.04%. So what the effective rate allows you to do, it allows you to compare different investments that have different compounding periods. So what this tells us with this example is that you'd be indifferent between receiving 4.04% annual interest and receiving 4% interest that's compounded semi-annually. So investments with different compounding intervals provide different effective returns. And to be able to compare investments with different compounding periods, the only way to do that is to look at their effective rates. So here is 4% and the different effective rates 4% would produce with different compounding periods. So I would challenge you to find these effective rates 4% with the different compounding periods. Can you replicate these effective rates? When is each rate used? Well, the nominal rate, as we talked about before, that's what's going to be written into contracts. It does not consider compounding, but the effective rate does. The effective and the nominal rate are equal to each other in only one scenario, and that's when compounding, when annual compounding, when M is 1. When M is greater than 1, when you have compounding that occurs more frequently than just once per year, the effective rate will always be bigger than the nominal rate. Here's an example that I've worked for you where we compare the rates offered by two financial institutions. And that of Chapter 5.